Right. We haven't got the light yet. We haven't got to open doors apparently. We are going to Stallybridge. Got the light now. Oh, you've got to change to it. God, I wish that was automatic. Oh dear, oh dear. So can we be able to have concepts from different routes on others? Probably when the editor comes out. Which hopefully won't be a long time from now. Yeah, the gradients are pretty fierce on this one, Oggy, aren't they? Hello? What is it about the brakes you're having trouble with, Emma? Tintin, did you see my sort of technical dev stream that I did on the official channel before Christmas? Because I answered your question and showed you the answer to that question. Well, I showed everybody who was watching the answer to that question. Short answer, yes, using the editor easily. In fact, during that stream I made a scenario using the 33 on West Somerset. Or did I? Yeah, I'm sure I did. Oh, you mean on sorry, I missed the on console bit, Tintin. I don't have an answer for that one, I'm afraid. Because console won't have the editor, so I don't have an answer to that question then. So you'll have to bear with me on that, I'm afraid. Right, Dewsbury's next stop. How do you define using the editor to make routes? I must admit, I don't make routes using the editor, and everyone is thankful for that. So yeah, I'm not really qualified to answer that question. I think that if you make a route like a TS1 route, you'll find it easier than TS1, but if you make a TS World route, you'll find it harder because there's just more detail. I mean, the actual act of placing scenery is pretty much the same. Laying track is very familiar. So if you're used to the TS1 editor, then you'll be right. I think it'll be quite easy to get to grips with a lot of the technology in TS World. Hey, Shifu. A Hoover. So, you know, a Hoover sounds like a good idea, Oggy. I'm with you on that. I love the jointed rail on this route. Can we call it Henry Hoover? No, Amar, because he just keeps saying about a Black 5 all the time. I did see that, Francois. Yes, I didn't find out who it was though. Was it you, by any chance? In which case, thank you very much. I still need to straighten out and get all the cheers and stuff added to it, but the bank that it all goes into screwed me up badly over the Christmas break, so I'm kind of in a awkward position just because of the way the banks handle things. I haven't lost any money over it. It's just, and it's a temporary issue, but it's just a pain in the neck. It'll get sorted though, don't worry. A total ends up being I think a bit over 3,600 or around 3,600, remember rightly. Daffy's, yeah, I've actually got a copy of Wild True Learn. So I'm going to have a look at that at some point, maybe stream it. I like those programming type games. I bought a Cypher one over the weekend. I think it's just called Cypher. Yeah, this one's got the restricting signal speech stick. We're climbing the hill to our first tunnel. It sort of goes up through a tunnel, down, up a long way, through a long tunnel, and down a long way again. It's kind of the way the route works. Well, I think they go up the hill as far as they need to where building a tunnel becomes cheaper than carrying on up the hill. be honest, maybe it's recommended to have 16 or 32 gigs of RAM running TSW editor. Does it use a lot of memory? Yes, because it's got to load in sort of bigger versions of the assets, and it loads a lot more stuff into memory. The editor isn't designed to run optimally in terms of the game. That's what the game does. But the editor has an awful lot more other stuff that it loads in alongside the game. Tunnel Uno. I mean, when I've done my tests on the editor revarnish, I've found that having the editor loaded with a root in it, running a scenario, so running the game inside the editor, which is about as bad as it gets. I think I was using 13 or 14 gig. So it runs quite comfortably in 16 gig for a lot of things, but you'll find 32 you never have a problem. Sixteen can have issues sometimes, yes. It depends what you're doing with it. Stanage Tunnel's 5 miles long, Derek. It's one of the longest tunnels in the UK. James G. Raptor, thank you very much for the follow. Is it 5 kilometres long? Oh, maybe I misread it then. I thought it was longer than that. Okay, it's 5 kilometres. Fair enough. Chris, thank you very much for those cheers. Yeah, 7's the longest one, yeah. OneXVP1, thank you for the follow. What's after this? Class 45 is next, and then we're going to do a couple on the Long Island. Well, those brakes applied rather faster than I was expecting them to. Right, just under a mile now to our station stop at Dewsbury. Has the mic gone a bit dodgy? Is it dodgy for anybody else, or are you just making more fun of my voice? 600 yards. Ooh. It's the peak of its profession. Oh, you missed CIFA and PZB Mayhem Head. That damn train. Occurs to me that the rear of my train is not set up. Quick dash to the rear. Of course the driver's running away. He's been on this train too. What limit are we at the moment? 60, going down to 55 soon. Huddersfield next. Sanct Pony, thank you very much indeed for the sub. Much appreciated. Welcome to the group. Don't forget you can join Discord. Oh, we're doing level pegging at the minute. There's a 55. Yeah, kids and I went to Huddersfield. When we went to NRN the other year, on the way back we stopped off at Huddersfield Station because the kids wanted to meet Felix, but Felix wasn't around, unfortunately. Meh, 45 limit. Totally missed that. 4.4 miles. Good evening, Mr. Moggy. How are you doing? I can't remember what the maximum speed of these things are usually. Oops, so much for that 50 limit. Right, we're on the uphill run now towards Stanage Tunnel now. Oops, no. First time on the stream, James Raptor. Excellent, welcome, welcome. Don't be afraid of that lot in the viewers. They're friendly, really. Except for Moggy. He's alright unless you upset him. Just bring ice lollies. You get fish in this game, yeah, indeed, Moggy. That's the first true sign of a product that delivers on its promises. That is. You can easily bribe a cat, Ben. You can easily bribe a cat. They're some of the most easily bribed things in the world. It's just supply food and you get everything that you want. Oh no, they don't stay bribed. You have to continually resupply them with bride, but cats have staff, absolutely. I've never heard a truer word said. And I think actually, to be more probably, they have staff that they tolerate reluctantly. Destination on the top left. So at the moment there's a PC only feature. It's Control 1 on the keyboard. But I do want to get that. And there's a number of things on the control number keys that you can do on the PC that I want to get into the settings screen for console. Coming nice and slow. Because why not? We're on time. And that's never good enough. This is the north. Trains don't arrive on time, even if it means coming in at 2 miles an hour. Got the green light to carry on now. So map over there. I think we've got everything at Huddersfield. Really ought to go on a collectible spree at some time. Maybe one stream I'll just basically wander up and down the route on foot and we'll get all the collectibles. I'm sure that'll be exciting. I hope so at some point, Derek. I'm not quite sure where it would go at the moment. The only problem with console is the lack of buttons and sticks on a controller. Xbox One now has keyboard and mouse support. I'll have to give that a try. See whether we need to do anything to make it work in the game. I would hope not. $16 miles now for Stalybridge. That's basically all they are now, P-Schlick. The only difference is the keyboard and the mouse. Up that one in on 05. Definitive piece of evidence that proves the world isn't flat. As if it was, cats would have pushed everything off by now. Totally agree. Oh, how is IO, Moggy? That's on my watch list. We are speeding up slowly but surely. It gets a Moggy rating of meh. Oh dear. I'm watching a series on there called Zoo at the moment. There's 3 seasons. I've just finished the first season. It's about the animals evolving at a super fast rate due to a rogue molecule thingy which accelerates doodads and science stuff. I can't remember the exact explanation, but short answer is animals are now plotting and working together and doing reasoning and talk to each other and in telepathically, and they're doing cunning things, and humanity is now in a very different situation. You just binge watched Discovery Season 1 since Season 2 is now with us. Excellent. What did you think of it? I really like Discovery. Really like Discovery. It's rare that a Star Trek series nails it on Series 1, but they absolutely nailed it on Series 1. You're approaching the end of Season 2 on Travellers. Excellent. I do hope there's another season. Is there 3 on there at the moment, or is it 2? I thought it's 3, isn't it? Because the 3rd one just went up. I think I binged that one. almost instantly. It's because it was different to what people expect, Glen Agot, I think. People still expect the one episode story arc that the TNG old series used to give. And even DS9. DS9 only really played with the mega story arc until sort of later on. But Discovery, the whole thing is one story arc, and they did a really good job of it without losing the accessibility of the show. I am hoping for a little bit more of a slightly more normal show this season. We'll see what happens. It was a really good first start to it, but exactly, Thelonious. That's what I thought. There was lots of respect for the Star Trek. They weren't trying to reboot the thing. I'd have to say, as much as I enjoyed TNG, I watched DS9 on Netflix a while back from start to finish, and I really enjoyed that. Probably more than I remember enjoying TNG, which was surprising for me because at the time it didn't really click with me. I kind of gave up watching it. But then when I rewatched it, presumably older and more mature, and also the ability to binge watch it because the storylines are actually so in depth. This is going to be bad. This is going to be bad. This is going to be bad. Nope, this is a red. No! Bloom. Duh!